Shit! It's been a hard couple of weeks for black men out here. Damn! Y'all ready to talk? It's lit.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can
Yeah, what up everybody? It's your boy Brett here, the R&B kid. I'm back again with another video. But if this is your first time on my channel, if you watch this whole video and you enjoy it, you might as well hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, okay? On this channel, I talk all things music and entertainment, while always keeping things positive and always find the bright side of everything. Alright y'all, so like I said, like you could probably tell from the title, on this video I want to talk about Mr. Kanye West, mostly Kanye, but I also want to touch on a little bit about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly as well. You know, as a black man, all I can say is damn y'all, like some of our icons, some of our legends, our black men who have been leaders in their respective fields are literally being put through the ringer, and they've been pretty much the butt of a joke, or they've been blasted, or they've been called out on their BS for their past discretions, which they should have been called out for. But I just want to kind of talk about my feelings with all these guys right now, and just this watershed moment we're living in right now, where it seems like a bunch of black men who have contributed so much to the world of entertainment are just seeing their day right now. And I just want to talk about it and get a conversation started about what I'm seeing and how we can move forward in the future. All right, so y'all ready? It's lit. Okay, so Mr. Kanye West. So I really honestly was not going to talk about Kanye West on my channel at all. And I've been thinking about it. A lot of my friends have been talking to me constantly about all this stuff going on with Kanye, but I didn't want to make a video about it. I don't want to touch on it because my original stance, and I still feel this way, is that I don't understand why we're all making such a big deal about what Kanye is doing right now, and all his tweeting rampage and all his new ideology. I still don't understand why we're making such a big deal out of it, because one, Kanye's always been crazy. I'm not gonna say crazy. Kanye's always been extra. He's always been outspoken like a motherfucker, and he's always I feel like he's always been a champion for free thought. He's always been a champion for when everyone's going right, I'm gonna go left. I think this is the most extreme case that we've seen of Kanye, of him kind of going left when everyone's going right, or vice versa. But I just personally don't understand why we're making such a big deal out of it, because like I said, we all know, to me, Kanye's always been like a loose cannon in terms of his ideology and in terms of the way he expresses his thoughts and the way he wants to get things changing in society. And a lot of times he's on some like actual like genius shit, and we all know that, don't deny it. And then some other times we're like, damn, what the fuck you saying, bro? So I think right now we're in a situation where it's like everything he's saying is like, what the fuck is going on? So, you know, I know I'm a little bit late, but I want to say back in like early to mid-April, Kanye started a whole tweeting rampage about pretty much his love for Donald Trump and supporting Donald Trump, and not his ideologies, but just supporting who he is as a person and his personality and the way he has dragon energy. He said, me about Trump, that's my brother, I love him, we got dragon energy. And it's just, ever since then, it's just been a whole spiel of tweets and media interviews. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna check it out soon. He has an interview with Charlemagne that he recently recorded a few weeks ago that just came out. I'm gonna check it out later. And he also has he's just pretty much been everywhere talking about a bunch of different stuff. And on top of that, he also released 2 songs I think like last week. The first song was Lift Yourself, and that was pretty much a troll song. That beat is amazing, guys. I love the beat for Lift Yourself. As soon as I heard that doom 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 doom, but then when it came in with the poop, scoopity poop, whoop doody wop, I was like, Kanye, stop trolling us, bro. Stop trolling us like that. He was purposely doing that just to troll us. But my thing is, if that beat is a reference for an actual track on the album, whoo, Lord knows I'm even more excited for the album now, because that beat is amazing. But he better actually put a real song to that and not some scoopity whoop bullshit. And then the other song he put out was Ye versus the People featuring T.I. And I know a lot of people are not really here for the song. I know a lot of people are really offended by like the fact that it was created, and I feel like especially after all of his tweets about Donald Trump and what he's been saying, I think a lot of people are really turned off by that song, because they feel like he's making a, I don't know, I feel like it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But to me, honestly, it didn't really rub me the wrong way. I actually love the dialogue that Kanye and T.I. presented in that song. I don't think T.I. was like a coon for, like, you know, recording that song with Kanye, and I don't really look at Kanye any worse after they're making that song. If anything, I actually feel like he kind of articulated what he's been trying to say this whole time better in that song than what he's been doing in tweets and in media interviews. So I kind of wish Kanye went down more of that route in terms of putting it all in music and not letting his mouth and his thumbs on Twitter go off so much, and taking more time to think about a smarter way to get his message out there. I think the message that Kanye's trying to get out there is a good one in terms of free thought, but he's kind of taking it too far because he's just saying a bunch of dumb shit. But I'm always here for free thought, and I'm always here for Kanye's pretty much trying to say, black people, we can all grow our own different ways, and you judging me for the way I'm thinking it's more of a knock to you because you're not accepting the fact that black people can be different. And I probably don't articulate that the best way, but I feel like I understand what Kanye is trying to say, especially if you listen to his interviews, especially if you listen to other people talking about him, like T.I. talking about him, if you listen to the people around him who are talking about him right now. Kanye, I think, definitely is, I'm not mad at him for what I think he's trying to portray, the message that he's trying to get out to the world. I just think he's doing it in the completely wrong way, and I think he's just going off the handles by letting it all on Twitter and not putting enough of that focus into the music. So that's really my gripe with him right now. And then it all kind of came to a head, I think, a few days ago when he was on TMZ Live, and he was talking about a whole bunch of stuff. But the only few things that people really picked up out of that time where he was in the TMZ offices was him saying slavery was a choice. And I think it was after the fact that he said he had an opioid addiction, I believe after he had liposuction. So him admitting that he had liposuction was a shock to, I think, all of us. Everyone was just like, what the fuck? Kanye, why'd you get liposuction? Just go work out, bro. And I think that's how everybody looked at it. I was shocked when I heard that, personally, because I never thought Kanye would be someone that would ever get liposuction. And that leading him to an opioid addiction, that was very surprising to me, because I never saw Kanye as someone that would go down that route. But then again, you never know anybody's personal demons, and I think that's an important thing to note about, is that you never know somebody's story, you never know what they're going through behind closed doors, and you never know the personal demons that people are dealing with. So you have to make sure to give everyone that space and that respect, to possibly not know what's going on in their life that's heavily affecting them. So I really want to sympathize with Kanye and his opioid addiction, but it just seemed like he was throwing so much. It just seemed like he's throwing so much at the wall at the same time. And when he finally said in that TMZ live interview he was doing, where, you know, slavery's been around for 400 years, you know, man, to me that sounds like a choice. And when he said that, I was just like, okay, the way Kanye's been thinking, I can understand why he would say that. I can empathize with his thought. But that is a completely false statement. It is completely harmful and hurtful to say that, especially as a black man. It's just all types of fucked up, because I'm African, I'm Nigerian, so I don't have any connection to this country really, but even I can sympathize with all my black American friends and people I love, and Kanye is a black American himself who have ancestors who were brought to this country and who literally had to endure so much, traveling to another continent, being in another world you've never been in before, having to endure generations of slavery and generations of just hardship. I think to just boil years and years of black history and the struggle and strife that, you know, black people have been through in this country, to boil it all down to it being a choice because it went on for so long, I think it's too trivial, and it's just a sad road to travel down. So that's just my personal opinion about it. And I think that's all I'm going to say about Kanye before I talk about him at the end of this video. And transitioning to another black man who's just been taken down recently has been Bill Cosby. I feel a connection to Bill Cosby right now because Bill Cosby was actually, what's the word? He was like, I don't know, is it indicted? He was found guilty for, I think it was 3 counts of like sexual harassment or sexual assault or something like that. He was found guilty for 3 charges of that, and it happened on my birthday. which made me feel really sad about even more, because on the day where I'm celebrating I celebrated my 24th birthday on April 26th, and I was so happy, and I was like, it was my birthday. I was feeling so good, and then I turned on the TV, and Bill Cosby has been indicted for, he found guilty for his rape charges or whatever, and we already knew it was probably gonna happen, but just for it to happen on my birthday, it just felt really sad, because here's a man who literally has been looked at as one of the greatest contributors, not only to the world of comedy, but also to the world of TV. The Cosby Show is one of the most iconic black TV shows in history. I didn't grow up watching it because I was born in '94, but I watched a lot of reruns when I was younger, and that show to me just means so much to the world, and it means so much to black people in particular, to have had a TV show that just portrayed black people, middle upper class, going to school, going through the everyday struggles, but really doing it with a sense of class and a sense of dignity, and just so much eloquence, was such a beautiful thing that I think the world got to have, from the 80s to the 90s. But to now in 2018, all these years later, to know that the heart of that show was Mr. Bill Cosby, and to know that he really was a rapist and an assaulter for decades, is just such a heartbreaking thing. And for him to have been found guilty on my birthday, I just felt really sad about it in particular. As a person who I have a usage, I'm a media maven. I love TV shows, I love movies, I love music, and to see someone who I think has been a king of TV in this era, for him to be a black man, it's just really sad. And apart from Bill Cosby, I lastly want to talk about R. Kelly. R. Kelly has not been found guilty, or he's not been indicted of anything yet as of today's May 3rd, 2018. But R. Kelly is now at the center of a lot of pushback against him and his legacy and his music with the emerging Mute R. Kelly campaign. I don't think it was fronted by one person, but I know people at the center of it are Shonda Rhimes, Ava DuVernay, Lupita Nyong'o, John Legend, what's her name? Some white lady, what's it? Paris Hilton? Not Paris Hilton. The Paris media guy. So yeah, a bunch more people that I'm just forgetting their names, but there's a bunch of people in Hollywood who are trying to form the Mute R. Kelly campaign, and I have a lot of mixed feelings about this campaign and about this whole movement. I'm all here for the Time's Up movement, but I have mixed feelings about this campaign, because I just have a hard time believing that we can successfully eliminate R. Kelly from the culture of music. And I'm not saying that I want his music to be around and I want to support him, but I just have a hard time believing that R. Kelly can really be ousted from the culture and that he can really be canceled officially. In my mind, I'm always gonna cancel R. I'm never gonna buy another R. Kelly album, song. I'm never ever gonna buy a concert ticket. I'm never ever gonna want to support R. Kelly in any type of way, because while we've not had really any recent evidence of any of his wrongdoing, for 20 plus years, this man, we've all known his ways and his tendencies. And while we've gotten very little proof besides the infamous vid that came out back in the day, but I mean, in terms of modern day, like late in the 2010s, we've not had much proof of his wrongdoings. Even though he's been accused of running a sex cult, he's been accused of still sexually assaulting women. He's been accused of brainwashing women in this cult and keeping them as like sex slaves, and he's been accused of so many things, a lot of which I don't really know if I really believe or not, but if it was true, I would not be surprised at all, to be honest. But it's crazy that even with all the evidence that has been mounted against R. Kelly from way back in the day, for years and years and years, we've all continued to support him, myself included. Throughout middle school, high school, R. Kelly has been such an integral part, not only my life growing up, but even before I was born. I remember I was talking to a bunch of friends that I did a podcast with. Shout out to Ange Cole, shout out to Timeless Trail, shout out to Green Tea Podcast, shout out to Deshara and Shabazz. I love y'all. I remember in the podcast we were doing, back in mid-April for Soul Fest for Blackout back at UMass. Shout out UMass. At one point I mentioned, listen, at the end of the day, even though R. Kelly is a scumbag, we cannot act like that man is not giving us hits on hits on hits for like decades. That man has given us so much music that has meant so much to all of us in our lives. And I find it hard to believe that we can really truly cancel R. Kelly from the culture. And not only for his music. For his music, I don't think it'll be hard to fully mute R. Kelly in terms of his own music. To me, that wouldn't be a hard thing to do. Sorry, some cleaning things coming to my house. But my thing is, do y'all realize how many songs R. Kelly has written and produced for other artists that you love? I remember I was talking with one of my friends, and we were chilling and we were listening to like Michael Jackson songs, and we were talking about how Michael Jackson's last number one song was "You Are Not Alone." And guess who produced and wrote that song? R. motherfucking Kelly. Listen, guys, we can always eliminate R. Kelly's catalog from the culture, even though I think that'll be hard to do in itself. But when you look back at all the songs R. Kelly has written and produced, do we want to eliminate all those songs from the culture as well? I pose that question to you guys, and I want you guys to answer down in the comments, okay? Please let me know down in the comment section. But for real, I really pose that question, guys, because at the end of the day, I bet you there's so many songs that you don't even know were written or produced by R. Kelly that you love by other artists. Not just him, by other artists. So are we gonna just completely cancel those songs from the culture just because of what he's done? And I think that moves me to my next point, which is I would love for you guys to let me know how you feel about this issue down in the comment section. I really want to get this conversation started. But I really am someone who I feel strongly in, I don't want to say necessarily separating the man or woman from their art, whether that be, you know, artists, you know, separating artists and what they do from their music, and an actor and what they do from the films and TV that they've given us, or someone like Harvey Weinstein and all the work he's done to produce films, and films that we probably love that were produced by him, even though, you know, we found out what we found out about him. I am a big believer in working on separating those two. I know a lot of people think it's one and the same, and I completely understand that. But if I continue to police myself on who I listen to, who I engage with musically, or in terms of movies that they've made, or TV shows that they've been in, if I continue to police myself for every artist in my life who's done something bad that we know about or that we don't know about, this will be a very hard world to live in. And for example, I think people like Beyonce and Jay-Z, for example, if we found out next week that Jay-Z, I'm just saying, if we found out that next week that Jay-Z was a rapist and that Beyonce was running some type of sex trafficking, you know, cults somewhere in the world or whatever, which obviously is not true, but say something like that was true for them or other people who are high profile artists that we love and who have given a lot to our culture, are we automatically just going to cancel all of Jay-Z and Beyonce's music from the world? And so bringing it back around to Kanye West and R. Kelly, Kanye West and R. Kelly are two black men who, although they have shown us their transgressions and they should be held accountable for their actions and for what they've done, I don't see the benefit in putting energy into getting rid of their presence in culture and in music, because both of them have meant so much to their respective fields. Kanye to hip-hop, R. Kelly to R&B. R. Kelly has written and produced so many songs that we all love, his own music and for other artists. Kanye West has, I consider, and I think all other people agree, to be one of the most consistent and one of the premier artists, hip-hop artists of our generation. From his first album until now. Even if you don't like Yeezus, even if you don't like Life of Pablo, I like both albums. Kanye has given us so much, and he's been such an important part of hip-hop and just culture in general. Even though he's going through this phase right now, I can't sit down and act like I'm gonna cancel him from my life because he's made a few statements that I kind of fucked up, you know. So I really want you guys to act like, you know, I really want you guys to answer. Do you think we need to always think that just because an artist, you know, makes their music, that when their transgressions get exposed, that we need to all of a sudden cancel their music as well? Or are you like me, where you think we can separate the man or the woman from their art and enjoy the art for what it is? I'll bring another example, tracing it back to Bill Cosby. I would love to be able to enjoy the Cosby Show with my kids, you know, and for the rest of my life, and show my kids the Cosby Show because of how amazing, because of how great that show was, while definitely acknowledging that who Bill Cosby was, and never forgetting that, but also just acknowledging how great the work was in that show. And I think it's unfair that show won't be syndicated anymore, because that's taking money out of all the other actors who worked hard to be on that show and to contribute to that show, who had nothing to do with Bill Cosby's transgressions. So, and when I think of Kanye West, and when I think of R. Kelly, I think of all the engineers, the A&Rs, the producers, the songwriters, the featured artists, and the managers, whoever else have been a part of making all of their music, and who have been a part of their catalog. So are we just gonna stop supporting all the work that those people put into building up R. Kelly and Kanye West's catalogs just because of the beefs we're having with R. Kelly and Kanye West right now? So don't get it twisted. I think R. Kelly is a asswipe. I think he's a scumbag, and I don't think Kanye West is a scumbag at all. I just think Kanye West is going through some shit that and instead of us to all empathize with him and sympathize with him, we're all just calling him names and just going hard at him, which we can agree to disagree on that. But I really just want us to think long and hard about that. We don't have to support a person. We don't have to. It's like, to me, supporting, acknowledging how great a piece of art was. I don't have to acknowledge the artist. I don't have to support the artist. I can just acknowledge, okay, this art was amazing. I don't want to support the man behind the art or the woman behind the art, but I can acknowledge that this art was amazing, whether that's albums, music, movies, TV shows, whatever. And I think we need to learn to not train ourselves to separate the two, but to learn to separate the two when we need to. Especially when it comes to high-profile artists and celebrities like Kanye West, R. Kelly, and Bill Cosby. But let me know what y'all think about down in the comment section, okay? Thank you. Okay, guys, so my last few points about these topics and about all the black men that are just being, you know, dragged through the mud right now. I really think that's something that we're not talking enough about in this whole, especially when it comes to Kanye West. Not so much R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, they're not a part of this. But when it comes to Kanye West in particular, there's something I think we're not talking about enough, and that, to me, that's empathy and mental health. It is May, it's actually May, and May is mental health awareness month, so I feel like this is perfect timing for this video. Great timing for me. Like I said, May is mental health awareness month, and I think this is a great time to address the fact that I'm kind of disappointed in everybody around the world, my friends and everybody around the world who's been talking about Kanye West and who's simply just been like pointing the finger and calling him an asswipe and just acting like he's the devil incarnate. When it's like, listen, this is the same Kanye who's won, like I said before, who's done all types of crazy shit in the past, and this is the same Kanye who's been erratic all the time about his ideology and his thoughts and the way he does things. So my thing right now is I'm literally looking at Kanye, and every time I look at him, you know, whether that's the stuff he's tweeting out, or when I see him on TMZ, or when I see him in other interviews, I'm literally looking at this man. I'm looking at him like, damn, this man is going through something right now. This man literally needs help right now. Like, I can see in his face, in his eyes, that like, one, he's probably still on some type of drugs. But even if he's not on drugs right now, if he's not on drugs, he's not right in the head right now. There's something going on with him, and I'm really upset that his friends in the industry, instead of them trying to like wrap their arms around him and hold him and support him through what I feel like is a tough time, they're just trying to say, hey bro, can you stop tweeting so much? Can you stop saying this? Can you stop saying that? And to me, if I was Kanye's friend, I would go to his house and be like, listen bro, we're not gonna talk about politics, we're not gonna talk about ideologies, we're gonna talk about you. Are you okay? What's going on with you? Because I can obviously see that Kanye is still upset by the death of his mother. He's still upset by the death of his mother, and I see someone who has still not fully recovered from that tragedy and that loss in his life, and it's still haunting him and affecting him to this day. The Kanye that I'm seeing right now is not the Kanye that I know, and I wish more people would just realize, okay, instead of us just throwing tomatoes and throwing rocks at Kanye, why can't we just say, listen, let's all relax on Kanye, because we all know he's just doing too much right now, and let's all sympathize with him and wrap our arms around our brother. No matter how you feel, that man is black, he's our brother. And let's figure out what's going on with him and how we can get him back to square one. And I just feel like black people, we're so easy to like, we're so quick to cancel somebody because they said some fucked up shit. But it's like, no, like, Kanye West has been such a big part of our culture. We can't just like let go of him. Like, let's all talk about the fact that he's probably just not right in the head right now. And let's talk about how we can support him and how we can address what he's saying and how he's going about things so we can get him back to where he needs to be. And I think that goes for anybody, especially when you've not done anything crazy. Like Bill Cosby was a rapist and an assaulter, so he's not included in that. R. Kelly, same thing. But Kanye West has not done anything, like he's not done anything that's criminal. So it's like, he's just saying crazy shit. So like, let's calm down. Let's all realize that he was just probably doing all this to promote his album and all the new good music albums coming out, which I can't wait for all of them. And no matter how much y'all want to front, y'all all gonna listen to the Kanye album when it comes out. Don't front. And like I said, so this Twitter storm of his and all these new thoughts, it's all just to promote his new album. He's trying to come out with an album in a month on June 1st, and then after that, he got the him and Cudi album dropping June 8th apparently. And then after that, it's another album that he executive produced. And then after that, it's Tiana Taylor's album, which he executive produced. And May 25th, Push's album is coming out. So it's like all these good music albums are coming out. And we all want to sit here and act like Kanye's just saying this shit just to say it. No, he's trying to get us riled up so we can tune into him and pay attention to all the music that's gonna be dropping soon. So let's just all realize that. While I think it's a tacky tactic, I think it's a really like stupid tactic, and I think it's really like soulless. At the end of the day, it's what he's doing. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna look at him like I'm about to cancel him from my life. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna keep things positive. We're gonna keep things on the bright side, and we're gonna support Kanye through what I feel like is a very tough time in his life where he's not thinking straight, and no one's gonna support it. Everyone just wants to throw rocks and throw dirt at him. But I'm not gonna do that. And my last point about this, about all these men right now, is I feel like this is my biggest point that I really want to talk about in this video. But I'm gonna keep it real short and I'm gonna wrap it up. We put way too much stock into our celebrities. I'm gonna say it one more time. We put way too much stock into our celebrities, and it pisses me off. God damn, y'all are grown ass people, and y'all, I mean, I'm not gonna get mad at the kids. That's a different story. We're talking about the kids. But I mean, I still think the kids should relax too and not put so much, stock into celebrities. But especially for grown ass people, y'all working full-time jobs, y'all got kids, and y'all put way too much stock into what our celebrities are saying and doing. I'm living my own damn life, and I'm not worried about what the fuck Kanye is saying, what he's doing. When I take a shit, he's not wiping my ass. When I wake up in the morning, he's not brushing my teeth for me. When I go to work, he's not collecting my check for me. Like, come on, y'all put weight. Like, listen, I have a YouTube channel where I talk about artists and I talk about celebrities and I talk about entertainers, because I talk about the work they give us, the music, the movies, the TV shows. I talk about all the work they give us. But when it comes to like their personal like ideologies and like their personal lives, I don't give a fuck. I like truly don't. And I think we need to start moving to a place. I think Charlamagne was talking about this and I agree with him fully. And Joe Budden was talking about this in his podcast where he was talking about Kanye, and I fully agree. He was like, fuck Kanye, and it's true. Like, he's just like, I feel the same way, like, fuck Kanye. Like, not fucking, but like, fuck what he's saying and doing. I don't give a fuck. Like, why do y'all care so much about what this man is saying? I care about the next album. I care about, I care about that, but I don't care about what the fuck Kanye is saying, because what does matter to my life? And like I said, I think kids is a different story, because kids are way more, they're way more molded. They can be way more molded than adults can, and that's a different conversation. But for grown-ass adults with a full body, mind, and sound, why do y'all keep putting so much stock into what our celebrities are saying and doing when none of that shit fucking matters? Live your life and stop worrying about what your favorite celebrity thinks and what they're doing, where they go eat, what do they say today, what do they tweet tomorrow. No, fuck all that. Like, you live your own life. And if you disagree with me on that topic, I would love to know why you disagree. Because to me, there's no reason why we can't wake up in 2018 and all go about our own lives and start forming our own free thought for ourselves, and not letting celebrities and what they're doing and saying affect how we're thinking from day to day. To me, I let their art affect me, but I don't let their personal I don't live my life. I don't live by their gospel. I live by the art they give me. And if those ideologies tend to creep into the art, then I can discern that for myself, and I can say no, I reject this. Like if Kanye starts to bring all this new bullshit into his album where he's like, I love, if he has a whole song where he's like, I love Trump, I'm not gonna keep that song in my music library. But in terms of what he's saying, I don't give a fuck. Let Kanye tweet all he wants to tweet. Let him think what he wants to think. I'm still gonna agree that he's a genius and that he's been one of the biggest contributors to music in this generation. I'm never gonna not think that. But y'all put way too much stock into our celebrities and what they think and do. And it's time that we need to get to a place where we stop doing that. Especially for all you people raising kids. Stop letting them think that everything these celebrities are saying and doing matters, because it doesn't. These motherfuckers do not run your lives. Live your own motherfucking life, okay? Damn. Shit. Alright, y'all, so that was my little rant about Kanye West, Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly. I just had to let y'all know how I was feeling about all these issues. I never wanted to make this video, but I said, fuck it, I finally just had to do it, and I had to give you my thoughts. But let me know what y'all think about everything I was saying down in the comment section. I really want to get a conversation started, so let me know what you thought about everything I was saying about Kanye, everything I was saying about Bill Cosby, everything I was saying about R. Kelly. Let me know all your thoughts about what I was saying about us, empathizing with R. Kelly, with Kanye West, and not just throwing stones at him, mental health, us not putting too much stock into our celebrities and into celebrity culture. And just let me know what you think about all that I was saying, okay? I really do want to get a conversation started, okay? So let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section, okay? Appreciate y'all. Alright guys, but if you haven't already, hit this video with a like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, okay? I appreciate y'all. Thank you. And before I get out of here, like I always say, guys, continue to live your best life, drink more water, stay woke, and if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song to make you feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. But this has been your boy Bright, the R&B Kid. I thank you for watching. But for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just have fun.